Now that is how you edit a photo.
But if you close your eyes.
What's going on, guys? My name's Adam and this is my channel Beyond the Grid. Welcome back. If you guys are new here, thanks for stopping by. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how to take a photo like this and turn it into something like this, which is super easy. So let's jump into Lightroom. I'm going to show you guys how to edit like this, and then I'm going to leave a link up top somewhere in this video that's going to send you guys over to my Selfie store where you guys can download this preset 100% for free. Okay, so this is going to be the photo we're going to be editing with. So let's start off with our light area. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the light tab and we're going to raise up our exposure just a little bit to brighten this up. Let's say plus 35. Our contrast, we're going to raise this up to, let's say, plus 20 looks pretty good. Our highlights, we're going to drop those way down just because our face is really bright and I really just don't like that. Our shadows, we're going to raise those up just to counter what we did with our highlights. Because when you raise your shadows, you're going to be countering that with your drop of your highlights. That way really bring some dynamic to this photo. Then our whites, we're going to drop this down to, let's say, minus 68 looks pretty good. And our blacks, we're going to raise this up to, let's say, plus 17 looks pretty good. The reason why we're bringing up our blacks is because we brought up our contrasts. That way it also balances out the dynamic range in this and really makes her stand out. So just even here, when I go from a before to an after, you can really already see like a lot of pop, but we're not done yet. So what we're going to do next is we're going to come over to our color tab. We're going to start to raise a lot of these ones. So our temperature, let's bring that up to, let's say, plus 10. Our tint, we're just going to add just a little bit of pink in there. So let's say a 1. Our vibrancy, we're going to bring this up to plus 9. And our saturation, let's drop this down to, let's say, minus 5. And then this is where everything's going to get a little bit complicated. So I'm going to be popping on the side next to the photo so you guys can see the numbers as we're working through this. You guys just don't have to listen to my voice the whole time. So our mix, we're going to start off with our reds. So let's bring up our hue, let's say plus 11, saturation minus 12, and our luminancy, let's go with an 11 as well. Oranges, we're going to bring this up to, let's say, plus 20. Our saturation, we're going to bring this up to, let's say, plus 7. And our luminancy, let's jump this up to, let's say, plus 20. Our oranges, we're going to bring the hue up to 21. Our saturation, just a little bit up. And our luminancy up to a 20. Our greens, we're going to bring up our hue to, let's say, a 7 towards more of the green side. And then our saturation, we're going to drop this down, get rid of all the greens in there. And our luminancy, let's bring this up quite a bit. Let's really just make the greens bright. And this is where we're really going to get that blue and pink kind of look, is our aqua. So our hue in our aqua is going to be 51, and then that's going to be towards the blue side. So as you guys can see, on the left hand side is more of a green aqua and the right hand side is going to be your blues. So as you slide it towards the blue, what's going to happen is the photo is going to get more blue, and when you slide it towards the aqua side, it's going to get a little bit more bright and aqua-y. But we want this to be blue, so let's go 51. Our saturation on this one, let's bring that up to about a 29, and our luminancy, we're going to bring this down. That way our aquas aren't as bright and they're going to be a little bit darker, which is going to help that hue to be more blue. So now when we come to our blues, what we're going to do is we're going to bring our hue towards the aqua. And let's go to about a 47 minus. Our saturation, let's bring this down just a little bit. And our luminancy, let's bring that down just a little bit as well. So I understand we're going from aquas, we're making the blues, and our blues, we're making aquas. But as you guys can see from the before and after, let's take a look really quick. So before and an after, and we're only halfway there. So let's finish this off. Let's go back into our color mix. Let's go to our purples and let's bring up our hue. So let's say a 42. Our saturation, let's bring that down a little bit. And our luminancy, let's bring that up. And then our magentas, what we're going to do is we're going to bring this up to about a 32. Our saturation, we're going to bring that right down to 32, 31. And our luminancy, we're going to bring this up to 15. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go over to our effects browser. We're going to bring up our clarity. Actually, let's bring it down a little bit. Let's really soften her up. -11. We'll leave the other ones for now. And then our split tone is where we're going to get a lot of that magic to happen. So our highlights, we're going to bring this to, let's say, 62 area. And our saturation, let's bring that to our 18. And then our shadows, we're going to bring this right over to right about there, 217, 218 area. And our saturation, let's make that an 11. That looks pretty good there. And now our balance, let's bring this over to the right a little bit to about a 20. So what that's going to do is it's going to balance it. So it's going to have more effect towards the highlights rather than the shadows. And that looks pretty good so far. The only thing we're missing is when we go back to our light and we're going to touch our curve. Now for this one here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a point at the bottom, a point just off the bottom. Oops. Let's go back over to this menu. So a point here, let's say a point there, a point just in the middle, a point here, and a point there. What we're going to do is we're going to bring down our highlights, raise up our shadows just a little bit, kind of give it like a softer coloring to it. Bring this guy down just a little bit, this guy up just a little tiny bit, this guy up, that guy up, and let's bring you down. And let's just bring this down just a little bit more. And you there. Look pretty good. It's just a little bit bright, so we're going to come back and we're going to adjust our exposure just a tiny bit. Let's say plus 14. So again, this is your before, and this is your after. So as you guys can see, this pink and blue effect is something that's easily achieved in Lightroom and creates something that's captivating and just really draws your viewers in. If you guys want to create the same effect and you guys want the free preset, I'm going to leave a link up top, so check it out and go and click on that, and you guys can download it for free. If you guys want any of my collections, I do giveaways via my Instagram, which is Adam_BeyondTheGrid. So make sure you guys are following me and watching my stories, and you guys can enter in for any of my giveaways. So if you guys found this video helpful at all, make sure you guys are hitting that like button. If you guys are not a subscriber, I mean, why aren't you? Hit that subscribe button, and until the next video, take care, everybody.